live. Just okay. So I'm going to share this into the Craig family group, Naomi.
Yeah, I'm getting there. I'm just looking in now. Do you want the aircon on, or you will be okay with that?
Fan will be right at the moment.
You got water?
No. Okay, hello, Sandy, Trish, Diane, Di, and Mary. How are we all? Rightio. I'm just going to get it up on YouTube so I can discern the video, the comments that are separate.
What are we praying tonight?
What's that? Some sort of folio thing.
Oh, what paper?
Imagine with Alice. Okay. If you missed this week's classes in the Creative Family Group, where's yours, Naomi, from last night? So on Tuesday morning, we made this split easel. And I know it's not symmetrical, but that's the whole point. It's just a little different. And then last night we made this layout. On Wednesday night, we made this layout with the shaker title. And then last night, Naomi John did this. So the three of those are in. We really need to buy you an art journal tomorrow. Three of those are in that
I kind of glued it shut by accident in like week 3.
Yeah. So yeah. Oh, and that's just ripped. Okay. That top one needs to be reinforced. They're in the Creative Family Group. Naomi John will put a link to the Creative Family Group in a second. So, and these are using Purple Christmas, which you will find in the online store. Rightio. So we're using, and I actually don't have any Imagine with Alice at home. I have some bits, a couple of bits and pieces, but yeah, we're using Imagine with Alice. So let me show you. This is what you get in the paper pack. So it's from 2021. So the paper pack is $19.80. So let's find paper 1. So that is paper 1. And then there's a lot of fussy cuts in paper in Imagine with Alice. And then this is paper 2. So it's paper 2. And this is paper 3. And I've got one of paper 4, one paper 5. This is paper 4. Paper 5. And paper 6. There we go. So we're going to make like a folio booky thingy. Yeah. Thank you, Lorraine. Who else did I not say? Did I say hello to Mary? I think so. Hello, Tash. Lorraine. Mary, if I didn't. Hello, Pam. Hello, Naomi over there. Hello, Deborah. Okay. And you get this flare in the paper pack. And that flare is only available in the paper pack. We started doing that around the time of this one. So let's think. Let's pull this back. Let's do a bit of a planny thing. So,
Debbie says that she loves this collection.
oh, it's great. Thank you, Debbie. And how are you? Let's do something that we don't need magnets or that to keep together, but that we can put some sort of let's make that wider. So let's still come up with a bit of a planny thing. I would like to show you how to do a bit of a waterfall because it's been something quite requested. But we're going to do a basic cheats waterfall. It's always a cheats thing with me, isn't it? And then can't just do that. And then let's have something that comes out from here.
Oh, have you been on the family group in the last hour?
No.
Big Miss Bobby, Mary Ann and Grandma.
Oh, I did see something pop up when I opened up Facebook. I saw something pop up on my thing. Congratulations, Mary and family, on your new grandbaby. Hello, Marie. How are you? You've had a pretty good week. And then maybe we'll do something that opens here. Something that opens here. But they might need a bit of a spiny thing to go over that. But this is not going to come out of 12 inches, is it? So these waterfalls, if we make them make them 4 wide, then the photos would be 3.5 inch photos. This is how I process things. So then that'll be 4.5 wide. If we did that, we'd have a 1/4 inch here and a 1/4 inch here. And then if we were going to put a gusset on there, I'd say 1/2 inch. And say this was 3/4 inch. And this is 3/4 inch. So it's at 4.5 plus 1.5. What are we at there? 5. We're at 6 inches across. And then we make this one say 2 inches. So we're at 8 inches. And if that's 4.5, then this has to be like 4 inches. This one, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, we could get that out of a width. So that can come out of a 12-inch width. And then if we make it like 6 inches high, we have a 1/4 inch here and a 1/4 inch here, and we have 4 inches, 4.5 inches, 5 inches, 5.5. So you're only going to see a 1, 2, 3, 4 pages, 4-page waterfall. That's not bad. We can manage 4-page waterfall, can't we? Sure.
Do whatever you want.
So a 4-page waterfall, and we're going to make it 6 inches, and it'll be 4.5 inches wide at the end. And then we'll somehow do a slide. So maybe, yep, let's do that. We might make this, 2.5 inches and this one 3.5 inches. Then it'll overlap and it'll still work. Body over. Let's do that. And we're going to make it with a hello, Karen and Paula. So we've made our mud mat. Probably not good to put it underneath the messy mat. Probably not smart. But we can always refer to that. So, in doing this, what we need to do is we need to come up with... Are we going to make our base in... I think I'd like to use a lot, and that is the barcode scanner going. Amelia has got a bookshop in the lounge room. She has commandeered the lounge room. I think we use this, a lot of this. So maybe we'll make our book base in, we reckon, white.
Oh, sorry. Karen, I was watching with
Paula.
Paula
I already said hello to Paula.
Yeah, sorry. But they missed the start, so they're just wondering, is it like a mini book?
It's a mini booky folio thing. Sort of a mini book. Better than nothing. Have never attempted a waterfall. There you go. I did with Imagine with Alice. I did make a proper waterfall, like a flipping waterfall card. Earlier this year or last year, late last year. Had a lovely surprise yesterday. Some beautiful ribbons, purple of course, from the lovely Deborah, delivered by hubby. I really am spoilt. We then spent 1.5 hours on the phone. There you go. You are. What do we want to use? Do we want to use the linen embossed? I like it.
It's got a nice texture too, especially
got a nice texture. And I think we're going to need, let's start with 2 sheets. Let's see what we can make from 2 sheets. Interesting concept. So we already know we're going to need a 6-inch by 12-inch piece. So a 6-inch by 12-inch piece. Right. And let's get our scoreboard out. Yeah, linen embossed. 3.5. So we're going to score it at 3.5 inches. And then we're going to come across 3/4 of an inch, and that's going to be at 4.25. We are going to have a kit for this at 4.25.
3.5 and 4.25.
Yep. And then the next point's going to be 4.5 from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4.5. So that'll be at 8.75. So at the 8.75 mark, we're going to score. And I know this is hard to see because I'm just scoring white. And then we're going to come across 3/4 of an inch. So that'll be at the 9.5 inch mark. And then we're left with 2.5. So always double check that you've got the right amount that you think. Coming back again, just make sure you haven't whooped it up. Let's just pick the scoreboard out. And then let's get my chocolate bread. Okay. You could use the bone folder, which is made of plastic, that's on your scoreboard. So we're just going to fold these inwards into the middle, which is just one side or the other. Okay. Making sure it's straight top and bottom. Now, who thinks that tomorrow morning's weekly roundup should be a store tour, including what we've done out the back? Our manufacturing area has taken...
Yeah, we're going to post some videos next week.
We've got some interesting videos. We are
hysterical on things.
We have had a Christmas tree off today. Mum and Dad lost because they got the
This is just
the tree of the century because for one, we had no base because the base for our tree was in with their tree. And then we had 50 million more doodahs to put in.
All I hear is excuses.
And I had Dad on my team.
I just hear excuses.
So this is what it's going to be. I don't know. I think we've given ourselves enough space, but yes, please, says Pam. Instruction heavy class. Yeah, no nicking off, Naomi. Yeah, we've had an interesting week. So we've worked out, look back to our instructions. What's the matter?
Like my delivery card? She's tied a bag.
Oh, she's tied a bag. Now that's my scarf. So she's used one of my scarves to tie a Woolies shopping bag to herself. And that's how she delivers the books from her bookshop in the lounge room.
And other things to other people.
Okay.
Is this a waterful card or book?
What's that?
We're making, is it a waterful card or book?
There's going to be a simple Cheats waterfall inside the mini book.
Okay, so it's a book.
We're making a book, yes. We're making a booky thingy.
Y'all.
Right. So the next thing we've got to do is we decided we were going to do some sort of flippity thing here. And then we were going to do a flippity thing here and here. Like here and here. So we need to make those and attach those. So let's make this one. And we could make it 6 inches high. Maybe we'll do that. And so this is 3.5. So let's make it we'll make it 3. And then it flips out. Or we just make it flip once. We make it flip once, or do we make it flip twice?
Let's go with the double banger.
That sounds good. So let's make it so let's make a 6 inch by 6 inch square. Six by 6 piece. Let's pop it in here and let's score it at 1 inch. Let's score it at 1 inch. And then we're going to score it at the 4 inch mark. Like that.
So 2 1 inches.
No. We're going to score it at the 1 inch mark and then at the 4 inch mark. I'm going to fold both of those in towards each other. And they'll fold out like that, and that. Right, yeah. So let's stick them babies on. So when you put your tape on, we're going to go not quite up to the fold. So we're going to go just short of our fold. And we're doing that, and we're going to burnish that tape on. We're doing that so that that's not seen. So then when we put this on, we'll bring this fold right up to here. And this is the wider end. So we've got 2.5 inch end and a 3 inch end. We're putting it the wider end. Gonna stick that on there. So we can just see our, you want to just see the front cover piece. I'm going to just barely see that, and I can see more at the top than I can at the bottom. And I'm just going to put this in here. I'm just going to make sure. There we go.
Oh, you just making it straight.
What's that?
I'm just making sure it's straight.
Yeah, that was just a little bit overhanging because I've got it on just slightly crooked. And that's okay. Make sure it's stuck down really well. Rightio. Now let's do the bits in here. So let's do let's go up about that far. So it's 6 inches high. Let's make these like, let's make them 4 inches high. And then 4 inches in. So 4 plus half plus 1. So that's 5.5 by 4. Okay. So with our second piece of cardstock, let's cut a strip that's 4 inches by 5.5 inches. And we're going to make 2 of those. So it's 4 inches by 5.5, and we've got 2 of them. And oh, hello, Sandra. For some reason, unless you send a link, I cannot get on the Facebook and the link. Oh, okay. That's really odd. That's really odd, Sandra. So we've got 5.5 by 4 inches high. I'm going to come across 1 inch. And then 1/2 inch after that. So we're going to do the same on the other one. So it's 5.5 across and 4 inches high. And we're going to come across 1 inch and then 1/2 inch. Making 2 identical pieces.
So it's 1 and then 1.5.
Yeah. I'm going to hold both of those. And we're going to put tape on one side of the 1-inch strip. This 1-inch strip. So the reason why I do a 1-inch hold down is because it's a little more secure. I know a lot of people use like 1/2-inch ones. Now I'm going to make my waterfall a little different to everybody else because I like to have an inch of hold down. And yep, it's going to make it sort of bulge a little in places, and it's going to mean I'm going to have to measure something, but it means that it's all holding each other together. You'll see what I mean when we get to it. So just on the 1-inch portion, and then we're going to line that up just inside. Let's hold that in here. Just inside the fold of the middle bit. So, you know, just on the inside of that fold in the middle bit here, this middle 4.5-inch wide piece, just there, and then even down the bottom. So I'm going to stick it there, and then I'm going to burnish it and then show you what I mean. So that then when we fold it, see how, because it's on the inside of the fold, when we fold it, it folds nice, and that sits against that there. So this depth here is for the business we're going to be doing in here. So we're actually going to make this base. And you know, if you're sort of in a flunk and you don't know what you want to make, but you want to make something because you're bored, or you know, you're stuck at home, and I know some of you are really stuck at home at the moment, again, unfortunately, and you want to make something but you don't know what to make, you could make little bases like this, and then they're ready to go. So we're going to write on these in a moment what's going to go onto them so that you can see. So you could make the bases and have them ready, and then all you've got to do is when you decide what you want to cover it in, you can do that. And then, but the problem is, while you're making it, you're going to come up with that thing to cover it in. So once again, going to have 1-inch portion. Now 1/2 inches on top here with this. I'm going to line it up just up to, but not over that fold and all the bits the fold entails. Going to make sure it's straight along the bottom. Stick him on. If you go into that fold, you know how when you've got a fold, it's got a raised bit, an end bit, and a raised bit at the end. It's, you know, it's a bit of a mountain range. If you go into that area at all, what's going to happen is you're going to end up with a thing that doesn't fold properly. So just on this outer 1/8 of an inch, I'm going to make sure I remove the excess tape there. So just, I had a bit of tape folded over there. Right, burnish that. And when it folds, once again, folds nicely. See, let's fold this up. And it folds really nicely in there. See? There we go. Okay. So, before we make our waterfall bit, we need to make some other bits. We need to cover some bits before we make our waterfall. I'm going to go that way or that way.
B L A N
Okay. Do you know what we might make for this?
What was after tea? That's it.
We're going to make it a belly band, I think, maybe. I don't know. Okay. So, let's get talking about what we're going to cover these bits with. So, this bit in here, we're going to, because it's a 4.5 inch wide by 6 inch piece. So, we're going to do, and width always comes first, we're going to do a 4.25 inch by 5 3/4 inch piece.
Trish just commented that you found your bone folder.
Yeah, I did. It was in a pile of crap. It was off to the side here. Where are I? So that's going to be in this piece here, the piece we stick on that. Okay, so each of these little pieces here, 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 and here, they are 4 by 4. So they're going to have a 3 3/4 inch piece by 3 3/4 inch. So that's going to be that piece and that piece and that piece and that piece. And lo and behold, all our waterfall pieces will be exactly the same as that as well. They're not going to start the same size, but they're going to end up having that same front. So then this piece here is a 2.5 by 6. So it's going to need a 2 1/4 inch by 5 3/4 inch. Now I'm showing you all these so you can like take screenshots and get a bit of an idea. So, and then the other side is exactly the same. So you've got it on this side, and then the other side is the same. Okay? And then when we come to here, this piece was 3 inches wide by 6 inches. So it's going to be a 2 3/4 inch by 5 3/4 inch. And I'm going to have to use a dark color to cover this. So that's for that panel. And then the panel that's directly on the back of it in here is going to be exactly the same. And then this little guy here, so what did this one end up being? A 2 inch. So it's a 1 3/4 inch by 5 3/4 inch. That little one there. And so the back one's exactly the same. So we will eventually put something on our gussets. Now, so the back of our book is exactly the same again. Now, using our branded pattern paper means that 280 GSM cardstock is more than enough, because by the time we add our pattern paper to things, we're going to be nice and solid. Okay. So what are we going to put on the background of this? We think we're going to put a piece of the butterfly. I think the butterfly is going to be our feature person.
Yeah, I like the butterfly too.
You do like the butterfly too, don't you?
Yeah, I ran out of butterfly. I need more butterfly.
What are you meant to be doing? Are you hiding from your brother?
No, I'm just... Sorry, what's the time? 7:09. I'm meant to go up bed at 7:30.
Yes.
If you want more, am I going to make sure that I give it to you the next 10 minutes? Yeah, and just doing stuff with you and helping you do your thing. So then I'm not bored.
How much you want to help me, Amy?
I
I love you. I do love you, but you're obnoxious. Bye. I do love you. Okay. So let's get our piece of paper number 1 from Imagine with Alice. And let's cut it at 5 3/4 inches, because that's the height of most of our things. And then we're going to cross cut it at 4 1/4 inches. I'm going to do that one twice because we know we need 2 of those. And did you know what we're actually going to do is we're going to sidestep that. We're just going to stick those 2 babies on.
So we're not inking this one or anything?
No, I don't always ink mini books because sometimes ink can change. Tim Holtz inks can change in the long term. I also find that it can get a bit mucky. If I'm trying to make something like this and I want to make it and get it finished, like make it and get it done in an expedited period of time, like in a short period of time, what I then find is that if I ink, it gets messy because I don't want to put it aside and let the ink dry. It means I've got to slow down my process. So I'm just burnishing all this. Okay. So we're going to put one on the inside here. So I've started with my 2 biggest pieces. So these are my 2 biggest pieces of pattern paper in my whole book. And this one's going to get barely covered. So I'm just putting it in here nicely. And you know what? There are bits in here like this one is actually structural. See what I mean in a minute? So, yep, you can see these little lines down here. But you know what? There's no way 90% of our family are ever going to work out how I made this. Oh, my children and husband will, but other family won't. I actually, with Quentin's grandma going, I actually have lost the person that I make a lot of stuff for. I used to do a lot of decorated, embellished frames for Quentin's grandma. I used to make a lot for my great aunt as well. And I got a big box of stuff back from her too. But from her, I did actually get a couple of wedding cake tins that were my grandmother's, that she had got from my grandmother. So that was pretty cool. Okay. So there we go. We've done something. So now we're going to make our little waterfall to go in here. And we know, let's flip back our plan. We know. Thank you, Pam. I love my new messy mat. We know that we are going to have 4 pages. And they're going to be 4 inches on the front. And then we're going to have a structural piece that's 1 inch wide. So we need 4 pieces that are 4 inches by 5 inches. So let's get our hand piece that we've got left. And let's cut a 4-inch strip. Cross cut that into 2 5-inch pieces. Naomi, you might need to go and cut some watermelon, or you and I are going to get no watermelon because they're going to cut the heart out of it. So we're cutting 4 pieces that are 4 inches by 5 inches. Yeah, because they're going to cut the heart out of that watermelon.
Replacing scribe
Replacing scribe. So then what we're going to do is we're going to score each of these at 1 inch in. So it's 4 inches by 5 inches across here. And we're going 1 inch in.
Just do Amelia's. 4 inches by 5. And...
Yes, they're 4 inches by 5 inches, and she's already got that up on the screen.
Oh.
And we're just going to score 1 inch in on long way, in the long edge. So then we're going to just settle these up nicely. Watermelon was not cheap today, but Amelia took some watermelon to her friend's place for a pool swim, and then they went to the movies at the library. And yeah, we got some watermelon for the kids for at home tonight. So we're going to stick this on, but we're not going to go too close to our top edge. We're going to go just short of our fold because we don't want it to be seen up here. Trust me, if you go right up to the edge, you'll see your sticky stuff. And it'll be a fluff catcher. Okay. So let's burnish our tape on.
How was your day?
It was very good. You know how my day was. We have left a mess at the shop.
We want the tree off.
If you go past our shop tonight and look in the window, there are bits of Christmas tree everywhere. There. Yes.
Well, we want the tree off fair and square.
Not fair and square. There was nothing fair and square about having the tree with all the bits with it about it. And your dad and I had more layers and more bits for some reason. He had the dodgy tree.
Well, it also didn't help that Dad spent 10 minutes only flipping one piece. So no,
Yes, and then he ripped off every bit he tried to fluff out. Right.
Have you guys done the scoring, have you?
Yeah. So then when we stick this on, we're going to have it, we're going to do this kind of thing, right? And we're going to adjust our measurements. Okay? Okay. We're going to end up with this kind of thing. And it's, a lot of people call this a waterfall. I call it a multi-level flippy thing. But it's technically known as a waterfall. Okay? But it is a multi-level flippy thing.
Okay.
So and they'll be straight. And then you'll just flip this one up. Then you can flip this one up and this one up. And they'll stick on top of each other. But when we do this... Oh no, that's going to be correct. Come down like half an inch. We'll come down about half an inch. Just going to test it to make sure it kind of works. And we'll come down about half an inch. And then I'll sort of sit in there. Right. So, we're going to come down. We are going to measure. Because I want, when I stick my next level on, I want to stick it over the top of here so that it holds this one above. A lot of people stick them so that it butts up. Obviously, they only have half an inch here, and or a quarter of an inch, and they stick it so it butts up. But what's holding that in place? But if you overlap it, yep, it gets a little bulgy. But if you overlap it, what you end up with is you end up with something that's a whole lot stronger. So let's measure up 1/2 inch. Not on all of them, only on 3. So we want 1/2 inch up from the bottom. And do a light little mark. So 1/2 inch from the bottom here up. But we're only going to do that on 3. My bookie thing from Peace and Joy Retreat has been actually, the pockets have been pulled off. I'll probably have to bring it home and fix the pockets. Pockets have been pulled off. Okay, so I've done it on 3, not on number 4. So our bottom one isn't getting that treatment. We're not doing that to our bottom one. Okay, so let's get one of our bitses and we're going to peel tape off. Roll that in. And we're going to stick it on with an even border, top and sides. So we're going to get it sort of evenish, top and sides. I'm going to eyeball it. Going to burnish it. So this is really important to burnish as we go. Have I lost anyone yet? I hope not. Get another one with a mark on it. Way too much tape on this one. Roll the tape in. Then we're going to get that sticky side. And we're just going to cover our little marks there and there. And then I'm going to burnish that. Yep, I've got a crease there. It's okay. But that's just because I want to burnish it really well. Next one has mark. And we're going to just cover our 2 little marks and making sure we line it up nicely. Now, if we had cut this all exactly the same, I try and always line. Oh, I'm going a bit crooked there. I try and always line up with exactly the same spot on my trimmer when I cut. And then the last one doesn't have a mark. We're going to line up and just cover that mark. Make sure we're nice and straight. Okay, so we're just like less than a 16th out.
No, I said they're going good. No.
Rightio. Let's give our whole book a little bit of a test drive. That's our book so far. So we'll open it up, and then this bit opens out. And then we open this bit up, and this bit up. And then we got 1, 2, 3, 4. These make a good brag book for someone that's just had a new grandbaby. Wouldn't it, Mary? And remember, these guys are the same as these guys. So far, for 3.5 inch by 3.5 inch photos, we've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 photos. That's pretty awesome. And then I think 2-inch photos, we've got about 12 of those. Space for about 12 2-inch photos. So there we go. It's looking pretty awesome. That's a lot of photos.
Oh, yeah.
What's that?
So, oh, yeah. Good project. Lots
It's a
of
good
photos.
project. Lots of pictures.
And you can also use all the small blurry ones.
Yes!
Some of the blurry ones have the best content on them.
Yeah.
Great minds think alike. Says Mary.
There we go. I think I'm going to use a bit of
How's
this.
everyone's week been? My mum's given us all the instructions.
What?
Just wondering how everyone's week's been. Mine's been busy. Although I'm looking forward to next week. I do well after our way.
She finishes work on Tuesday. Tuesday's her last day.
Until next year.
Yeah. Right. I'm going to do all of our photo mats with these 2 pieces of paper. That's for all 24 photographs. Yep. Yep, yep, yep.
This is paper number 2.
Yep, paper number 4. So we're going to cut 3 3/4 inches here. And then we're going to come in from one end and do 3 3/4 inches. That's one. The other end, we're going to do 3 3/4 inches. And then remember we talked about having 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 4, 6. Oh no, only 6. 2, 4, 6. And then we talked about some 2-inch photos. So from
How many 3 3/4 by 3 3/4 are we doing?
we're going to do 12. So we're gonna cut at 2 1/4 by 2 1/4, and then we'll get a so mine are gonna be just sort of scant. 2 1/4 by 2 1/4. So from one strip we'll get that. No, there's only 6. There's only going to be 18 photos at this point in time.
So it's going to be 6 of the 2 1/4 by 2 1/4 and 12 of the
3 3/4 by 3 3/4. So let's turn this now a bit smaller and go 3 3/4. 1. Just watch how I'm cutting it, and then you'll be able to.
Deborah says it's fun watching your process, and she also says that she can fit all of her grandchildren in that.
There you go.
Just how many photos there is. It's maybe.
So then I'm going to cut 2 1/4. I'm going to leave that strip intact. We're going to use that. So let's get the other piece. And we're going to cut 3 3/4 inches. And then cut the 2 outer pieces, 3 3/4. And 3 3/4. I'm going to cut it 2 1/4. Well, just not quite. So I've got 6 of these little guys now. I've got 3 blue and 3 red. And then I'm going to turn this piece of number 4. So I'm turning it this way and cutting my 3 3/4. Turn it that way. So I think in colour. I also think in numbers. So as I see things, I count them. I know I'm strange. I count them and I calculate things, and my brain doesn't stop. But that's okay. Now I'm going to make a whole heap of fake photos to go on there. So our photographs are going to be our main photographs. I'm going to have 12 photos that are 3 1/2 by 3 1/2. It's always inches around here. Inches are easy. If you would like a nice easy guide, pinned to the top of the Creative Family group is a bit of a guide, and you just print it out, and it's a handy show you kind of guide for quarters, halves, 8s and 16s, and how they sit in relation to each other. So how many have we got now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I get 6 out of a bit. Sorry? Prefer working in decimals? No, inches are easy. Quarters, halves.
Yeah, but like decimals, not fractions.
No, fractions are easier. We do teach our children inches because it's a better way to teach them fractions. It's also better for division.
Especially long division.
Yep, it is way better for kids to understand fractions. Of course it's not 2 inches. Why would it be 2 inches wide? That would make me happy. These have been cut down for
We're
artwork.
counting the photos now. You didn't say that one.
Yeah, 3 1/2 inch photos. I did. You're just not taking any notice. You're whining about your like decimal points better. And then we're going to make our 6 2-inch photos. So let's bring this to the 10 mark. And then come back and cut it at every 2 inches. 2, 3. Of course, I'm 1 short. Of course. Let's see what scraps I've got over here. Got some scraps over here. No, it's not 2 inches either. Is that one? Just about. It's close enough for me today. Cut the whole little piece for one little bit. Deary, deary me. Right. Got all these fakey photos and all these fakey photos. They're not fakey photos over there. And then I've got all these photo mats and all these photo mats and all these. You know what I'm about to do? I'm going to cut the middle out of all my photo mats. So let's hack the middle out of all of our photo mats.
Is this project quite heavy without cutting out?
This would be ridiculously heavy if we did not cut the middle out of our photo mats. Free paper.
Always cut the middle.
This would just be, yeah, ridiculous. What are you doing here? We could have actually matted our little photos from these as well.
Are you here to say goodnight?
I'm here just watching mine.
Tom, say goodnight.
Have you washed your face and teeth?
Yes.
Just wash. Actually, what's apply? You can say goodnight, and then we'll put some.
No, she's fine.
Remember to put
Already.
sunscreen on when you go something next.
Okay. I'm going to say night to everybody.
I'm going to stay with Mammy.
No, you're not. Go to bed, my little friend. I love you.
That trick doesn't work anymore.
Goodbye. Oh, yes, it does.
Okay, I'll see you in the morning.
You wish.
Go and have a drink of water before we go to bed.
Come on, more water.
I'll grab my water bottle.
Mm.
Oh, yeah. I'll grab my water.
Okay, so we're going to cut the middle out. You could cut this out really neat. Oh, free paper. That's why we don't have any glasses left in our house.
It's a cup.
Yep, I know it's a cup, but that's why we don't have any glasses left. Free paper.
I just get the water bottle.
Hope you're feeling okay, Di.
Liz wants to know if we have a ham for Xmas because he's in the grocery store and he found one.
How is he going to bring a ham all the way from Brisbane to Gladstone?
He just wants to know.
I think your dad's going to get a ham tomorrow. I don't know if a ham's going to keep. And besides the fact, I think he would eat it before Christmas. It's a week before he drives home.
He did buy his Christmas fruitcake in March. And
He did eat it by the next day. It probably didn't even last 24 hours.
I did take a piece of it to my work. I was like, you know what?
Yeah. Tomorrow's when you'll be sore, Di. Yeah. Why am I getting all these messages? Oh, it's the kids texting. Sorry, everyone. It's my children texting. What did he say?
He just said pick okay. That's not a reason. Oh, dear. I feel like he was going to buy the ham anyway. So.
Yeah, but he's going to eat the ham before he brings it home, and I'm going to rely on him to bring the ham. I'm going to have to ring him tomorrow. Deary
Do
me.
you know where Dad put the aircon remote?
Well, how about you go and find the remote you've got in your room?
I don't have it in my room.
It's on the other side of your bed on the
Just
floor.
Go and steal mum and dad's out
It's
of
on.
their bedroom.
No, do not steal ours. Your kids have got. Kids actually had 3. I think your brother might want to have one in his stuff in Brisbane.
Mary's going to bed. 'cause
Night, Mary.
she says this grandmother, grandma, can get you. This grandmother can get you very tired.
Caper. It's grandmother caper. Get you very weary. Yes. We'll have a lovely weekend. You can always watch this later, Mary.
And has plenty of painkillers.
I think you're going to need them. It's the next day. Okay. I'm going to write on these photos. I need a stamp.
Just so you know, there was actually 2 aircon remotes in your room.
Oh, one of them doesn't work. That's the other one. Right. What was Milton saying radio about?
That was me in response.
Your father will get involved in that when he has his break later.
He was gonna buy the ham anyway.
Yeah, and he'll eat the ham. Okay.
At least you guarantee he was eating protein.
Unlike you.
I ate protein.
Occasionally. 1 egg a week, 1 egg a day do not count as protein.
I ate a lot of veg. Frozen veg to be exact. So that's something to check.
Naomi John was just such a cheapskate with her money.
No, I was trying to save.
She didn't quite end up with scurvy. Some other kids nearly got scurvy. They were worse than her. But
I ate way too much fruit to get scurvy.
actually, no. Some boys from Gladstone actually nearly were showing signs of scurvy because they only ate 2-minute noodles and drank beer for their first year of university. It's an interesting concept.
That takes a lot of effort to be able to do that.
Okay. So I do, even when I'm using photos, I do this. I production line adding the tape, and then you should see me when I make invitations. I production line everything.
To be fair, that is a family event.
I make a prototype and then I production line. The cutting, especially if I'm die cutting things like lace. I've made wedding invitations where I've die cut lace for every part.
That was a family event that weekend.
Yeah, I know, because we were trying to get them done before Amelia arrived. Lucky we got them done when we did, because Amelia did arrive before we were meant to hand them over to the bride.
Amelia came a bit early. I wasn't into that one.
Oh, really?
She was just excited.
Noah and Amelia both arrived early. Rightio, so we're going to mat all our photos, and then I think what we're going to do is cover a few more bits of our book to then see where the balance is going to be with the red and the blue. So we've got a mix of red and blue photo mats. Oh, I don't know where that one is. There it is. Are you making the kit?
Oh, yeah.
So what do you got so far? 2 of paper 4?
Yeah, 2 of paper 4, 1 of paper 1, and 2 white linen embossed cardstock sheets.
Right.
And I've even given it a time. Just trying at that combination. Yeah, it was not. They tell it to us at school now to try and make us actually eat food while we're
Yep.
eating. The scurvy thing.
Yeah. They do. At the school that our kids go to, the high school, they do talk to them about healthy eating. They do a lot about healthy eating, actually, and they learn budgeting in the math class and how to apply for insurance and how to apply for a rental and how to do lots and lots of things. Make sure they know how to apply for a bank account, how much rent costs, the cost of electricity in our state, what a car costs to run, what it costs to buy a car, you know, what furniture you need as a basic just to survive. But yeah, and healthy eating. And the consequences of not eating healthy, like not just obesity, going the other direction of unwellness. Rightio, last one. Holy dooly. So we've got all this free stuff. Look at all this weight. Can we just alleviate it? Okay, so we've got the red larger ones, and we've got the blue larger ones, and then the small blue ones, and the small red ones. And there's a small red one somewhere in the pile. Okay. So, we're going to stick some on here. So if we were to put this on here, we could definitely put 2 reds. It's very busy, I know. I do get that, but I like it. And then this here, we can use that on some of our skinny strip pieces. What do we use? A blue one and a red one. What do we do? 2 red ones. Do you want to let the winger in? I think if we do 2 red ones here, but then when we get in here, then we could do that sort of thing in here. Like swap them around. Okay, let's do that. No, if we do that in there, then we're going to do a red and a blue on the outside. Yeah. Okay. So, this piece in here, so this is 3.5 wide. So what was this one? So it needs to be 3.25 by 5 3/4. That one. And I know we've got a lot of space in our book. Let's have a look at our book. I know right now we've got a lot of space in here in this book, but once we start covering everything and popping some photos in, even though they're only fake, it's going to fill up very, very quickly. Okay, so let's cut some pieces to cover this one, this one, this one, and let's do this panel here. Okay, so we've got a piece of paper number 2, Naomi. It's paper 2. I'm going to cut it at 5 3/4 because we know all these main pieces are 5 3/4 high, which is really awesome. So we need a piece that's 2 3/4 wide. We actually need 2 of those. So we need 2 that are 2 3/4 inches, 2 3/4 inches, 2 of those. And then we need a piece that is 3 1/4 inches. And then we need a piece that's 2 1/4 inches.
Was that 3 3/4?
No, 3 1/4. Sorry. So we need 2 that are 2 3/4 wide, 1 that's 3 1/4, and 1 that's 2 1/4. Now, I can put these ones like this. That'll look pretty nifty, won't it? Like that. And then when I put this little guy over here, the pattern's going to continue across there. So it means this one here is going to be this one. Like that. Let's stick them on and let's get those photos in place. There you go. So if you think about when you cut your pattern apart, how you're going to lay them out, the pieces on your book, so the pattern follows through. See, it's kind of like a shadow across here. Open this up. How pretty is that? It's getting a bit of body about it. Let's whack our photos in. So I'm just going to put tape on them all at once. Our photos here are going to go in flat. I think all of our photos on this would probably go flat. The only thing I'd probably raise up is embellishment. I think we might use Holy Dooly. It's getting late. Are we going to draw the line in the sand? What are we at? We're at 1.5 hours.
Well, if we come back tomorrow night, what will we be able to do? That be if we continue doing it tonight? What's going to be the benefit?
Completely embellishing the whole thing.
So we'll be able to see like your whole entire process. Or
Yeah,
going back
we'll
and
put,
embellish it.
you know, embellish it with embellishments. And I'm thinking colour guts.
Oh, okay. So
I'm thinking lazy person scrapbooking here. And I'm thinking I'm going to use colour cuts. And let's mimic over here. So I've got an even border at the sides and the bottom and the sides and the top here. And then over here, I'm going to mimic the same border here. So we've got a bit of a strip down here, but that means that we could put some little embellishment down that side. I need a blue one.
So it would be better for us because otherwise all we're going to get done tonight is basically sticking on the photos.
We'll see how far we get. We'll get some photos on and do something else, but then we might embellish it tomorrow night. And then, so we've got blue at the top and red at the bottom. So let's do red at the top here.
Maureen says it's looking beautiful.
Red at the top, an even border, top and sides. Meant to do our Christmas tree tomorrow night.
Give her enough for a couple of days. So
Yeah, we still don't have a Christmas tree up in the Redshaw house. Okay.
Less time for cats to get out.
Less time for cats to get out. True, true. Okay. So we've got these 2 bits left from paper number 4, right? These 2 pieces. So let's cut them at 5 3/4 inches this way. Okay. So we need 2 pieces that are 1 3/4 inches wide. So we're going to go, I'm going to get my little guillotine so it's easy for you to see. Where is it? So, easy for you to see on this one. So 1 3/4 inches. So we're going to do a blue one. 5 3/4. So, and then we're going to do a red one. And then we're going to cut this piece to 5 3/4, the other piece we've got left. And then we're going to cut, we want 2 strips, we want 4 strips that are 1/2 inch wide for these pieces. So we want 4 pieces that are 1/2 inch wide. So how wide is this? So this is like 4.5 inches wide. So let's come back to 4. Let's come back to 3. Let's turn it round. Well, that's 3.5, sorry. And let's come back to 3. It's got a blue one for the other side. And then 2.5. We'll cut one. Okay. So these 2 pieces. So remember these were 5 3/4 by 1 3/4. So let's take them up. I think more red there. I'll put red on the outside. And then blue on the inside. Okay. So I've got 12mm tape. Is that going to work? Yep. So I'm just going beyond the edges, and maybe I should have had it with the pattern on the outside, but that's okay. I can handle it. I'm going to go just beyond the edges a little bit, and I'm going to trim it off, and I'm going to burnish this on so that these are less likely to come off. Oh, I've gone over the edge there. So let's burnish that. We don't want these to come off. So by burnishing it, we're actually expelling any air trapped underneath that can cause the tape to potentially oxidize and in, say, 10 or 15 years' time, let go. If you use... don't use cheap tape. Cheap tape is a false economy. I'm going to say that. Oh, you could use it on some things if you really wanted to, but like my kids won't even use cheap tape. And you know what? None of my kids have ever been fans of using cheap paper or anything. They like the good stuff. They know what they like to create with. They've all scrapbooked. All 4 of them have been scrapbookers. Even the boys. They're all very creative, my lot. Quentin will turn his hand to creating something every now and then. He tells you he doesn't, but he does.
But yeah, we tested Ben's drawing skills on the weekend. Last weekend.
What was he drawing on the weekend?
Remember when we were doing portraits at Coffee Club?
Oh, yes. Millie was drawing. We went to lunch on Saturday. Okay. Oh, the kids got to remember to take their report cards tomorrow. Show Grandma. Rightio. So let's stick these bits on.
Deborah says that would have to be the best little charm. It's perfect size.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, look at that. That little pop of red. It's just beautiful, isn't it? I was worried about the red.
Does that mean the biscuit's not going to be available until tomorrow?
Tomorrow night. Yeah, probably. Because we don't know what we're going to embellish it with. Not fussy cutting.
We might have some new colour cuts coming in.
Really? No, those, no. No. Those colour cuts, you might see a sneak peek of those colour cuts in the video tomorrow. Those colour cuts are for January.
Okay.
That I've spent a lot of hours today on a set of colour cuts.
Give them forewarning what's coming.
Actually, there's more than one set of colour cuts.
Marie says the red is the perfect touch. And then...
Oh, look at that.
Deborah says this book would be great for the Elf Academy workshop the kids are doing. I can't go, but Holly is going to take the kids with very strict instructions to take heaps of photos.
Elf Academy.
Elf Academy? What is... Did they teach you how to wrap Christmas presents there?
Oh, that sounds like fun. Elf Academy.
And then...
Sounds like magic school.
Trish would like to know if the lady that picked up those beautiful Christmas buttons.
No, I have 2 Christmas cards that have not been collected.
We won't be using them as gifts yet.
Rightio. Okay, let's have a look here. Red? No, I think we need blue here. And then red here. What do we do? 2 blues. What do we do? 2 blues. Blue. Oh. Yep, let's do 2 blues in the front. Oh, they all need tape. Deary me. Oh, gonna get sacked from the production line here. Rightio.
Now that you mention it.
Definitely gonna be a colour cuts only mini album. I'm trying to so as I'm doing this, I'm thinking about how I'm going to explain what I want to do with the closure. Like how I'm going to explain the closure system that I've got, that I'm thinking of. And I think we're getting closer and closer to just doing a belly band and just, you know, go and bugger it. Let's make a belly band because that's going to be easy to explain.
My go-to is
Ribbon.
can never go wrong with a piece of ribbon.
Yep, well, we've sold most of our ribbon, so.
Oh, dearie me. Are we still taking comments for the trim extravaganza that we did the other day?
Yeah, if they want to.
Just
So
send us a
you've got a
message.
messenger message us to tell us that you've put stuff up. Rightio. Oh, and there's one more here. But wait, there's one more. Blue. Yes, Madeline, we know you're there, darling.
I'm not letting her out.
Everybody knows you're there. I don't think she wants to go out.
No, she's cleaning herself.
She's laying on the wood.
And her favourite's
Blue.
Trish says that is just rude. Yes, it is. Deborah said they, for elf skill, they spend hours of doing Christmas activities with elves in a photo with one of the 4 characters: Santa, Elf, Snowman, or Rudolph. Oh, sounds fun.
Sounds like fun.
And Deborah says it's also very disappointing that they didn't pick up the cards.
Oh, I hope everyone's okay in the family. I hope like something awful hasn't happened. Like, I've made lots and lots of cards for this family, for her and her mum and her sister. So, yeah. So we're going to go red, blue, red, blue. Red, blue.
Well, guys, agree that elf skill sounds, elf academy sounds fun. Can we skip work and go to elf academy? Anyway, I didn't get a response for that, so I'm guessing that is a yes, but probably a no.
Probably a no.
Probably.
So when we lift one up, do we want to have a blue on the back or a red? Do red, blue. Let's do a red up there.
And Karen H just joined us. She says, hello everyone, I've had a busy day, just home, eating dinner now, this is looking good as usual, we'll rerun later and watch from the start.
Hello, Karen. How are you?
It's not uncommon that people don't collect some stuff. This lady is kind of, she's done it.
I had someone take a long time to collect an album. And I had to really remind them. Oh, we need another one.
Another what? Well, we went short.
We are, but we're going to overcome and conquer.
anxious that she's in a happy place. And Beck says, I'm taking a long time to get my parcels. Yeah.
Oh, it's at your local mail delivery centre, isn't it? I think it's at your local post office. I think they're now the hold up. Okay, let's have a look. Look at that. It's filling. Like when I push on it, it's not that. By the time we cover it, yeah. So when we open this and this, so we'll open it up, and that comes out. Then we open this up, and then we've got that one and that one. So then, and look, we've got these little white bits here. Who gives a hoo-ha about that? Well, this little spot here.
We could stamp a saying on it.
No, we could make a flippy thing. She's just dumbfounded.
I love you dearly.
But what? But nothing, girly.
I want to eat watermelon before midnight tonight.
Yep, we've got 18 minutes.
Are you pulling it up at 2 hours late?
I'm going to pull up at 2 hours tonight.
What is the longest you think you've created on camera?
3 hours. I made a book for 3 hours on camera. I did that at the start of the year when we were in quarantine because of Noah.
Pam suggests journaling. I'm with Pam on this one. Journaling sounds like a great idea.
We'll leave that on. Don't have enough butterfly inside here. Okay. So what was this one? Okay. So this is already 5 3/4, isn't it? Yeah, from paper 1 by 2 1/4. Yeah, we're going to put that there.
5 3/4.
By 2 1/4. Oh, let's do the wood side. Was that another pattern? Let's just sit that there. Let's just put a tiny bit of tape behind it. Put a tiny bit of tape in the middle and sit that there. And then for the cover, we want a piece of paper number 2. And we're going to do a 3 1/4 inch by 5 3/4 out of this page 2. So I'm going to put that there. So let's just put a little piece of tape behind that. Just whacking this on for the moment. And then some little bits here.
That was 3 1/4, wasn't it?
Yeah. So from paper 1, we're going to cut a piece that's 3 3/4 inches. I'm going to come to the 6 inch mark. I'm going to work backwards in 1/4 inch implicament. So we want 3 3/4 inches by 1/4 inch, and we want 4 of these. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I'm going to stick these on. We're going to use the wood side. We're going to show the wood side. We're going to use the wood because the wood's going to be handy. So we're going to show the wood side. Oh, dear me. Just smear the glue a bit. Got much creating done, Deborah? Sure you have. I think Jacqueline's locked in now too. Oh, straight, straight, straight. So we're using glue for this because there's no way tape would be a good idea. But I'm putting the timber with the same end down, the same end up on each one. Okay. Okay, doc. Nearly done.
I might need you to explain to me how I'm supposed to do the 31st of March on the Excel sheet. It's got 4 entries on the PDF.
I'm going to put the wood on this. What do you mean?
Well, it's got like 4 different entries.
What do you mean?
It's got rounding, Shopify to next month.
No. But is that not? That's not that.
So I just do inventory adjust.
Yeah, you're only doing inventory adjustments on that. You're not doing every transaction. There. I think that's perfect.
Deborah says I only had double today, 3 projects yesterday. Jacqueline is on lockdown now too.
Yep. I did see that briefly.
Mate.
I haven't had much of a chance to do anything today, and yeah, you know, we haven't decorated the store yet, and we've got 3 Christmas trees in varying stages of disarray at the shop. I do have the twinkle lights on in the front window. I did turn them on. I don't even think Quentin realised the twinkle lights are on in the front window of the shop. You'll see them in the morning when we drive past.
Marie says it's an amazing idea. She's loving it.
There we go. Oh, we've had one that looks similar to this on the front, but is nothing like it on the inside. Okay, let's run through our little book. So this is the back. Obviously, we're going to decorate it more. The front, a little bit of timber here. Maybe if the timber had been going the other way. Who cares? Then when we open it up, we open up to this. Small photos. So we've got 18 photos in here so far. There. Going to do something there tomorrow night, I think. We'll be back tomorrow night. There. 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 I could leave you with that for a book and tell you to decorate the rest yourself, but I better not because we don't actually have a closure yet. What is Scruffy getting for Christmas? Well,
A lot.
maybe I could give Missy the gift of going home with her owner. I don't think that's going to happen because he's headed to Tasmania. Well, this is what happens when you make little books and folio things. Because it ends up being a little messy. Just a little messy. There we go. So, what we'll do tomorrow night is we will make a closure or something to hold it together. We will do something about that. Because I used its photo in here.
And we're not using a flippy there.
She doesn't want a flippy, but I vote flippy. And then we're going to decorate it. And I think we decorate it with... Let me just have a look-see here. Amelia grabbed me one of everything. I think we use the Alice Colour Cuts. And isn't there one that's flowers, leaves, and words?
Yes, we don't have any of those cut currently.
Well, we better be cutting some of them tomorrow. I think we're going to use these Alice ones and then the flowers, leaves, and words. Because this Alice one, this is all things Alice. It's a bit Alice-ish what I was working on today, just so you know. But it ain't this colour. It ain't even the colour that I was going to start making. So I think that these babies, I think this is what we need to embellish this with. See,
Do we have the dress at a bigger size or only in that size?
we need to make the dress bigger. We need to make a different set of colour cuts with a huge dress. We have a huge dress in the Plus cane, I think, on paper 2.
Reminds me, I've got some things I need to draw. Shoot.
You know, so I think we'll be embellishing with a packet of these and the flowers and words. So I've got to get me a set of them flowers and words. And we've got left, so currently got left this piece here, which is not enough to do what I want to do, and all of these bits, but these may be enough to do what I want to do. Here we go. It's a bit of a box book, isn't it? I could put a Velcro dot, but I'm not gonna. I could. You could put a Velcro dot here. It'd be good. I think I did a Velcro dot last time I did a book with this collection. But yeah, so that's where we're at now. We will be back tomorrow night at 6:30 p.m. this weekend, so we'll catch up later. Awesome. Like the suspension keep symphony photos. Oh, Deborah. I thought it was organised, and it was mostly organised except for one thing. because we're manufacturing for January kits currently. Yeah.
Oh, we start that tomorrow.
Oh no, I've already started.
We sound so much more.
What's that?
We sound a lot more.
She has no idea what I do while she's working. You'll need all the room when I give you my grandchildren's photos to put in. I love you, Deborah.
Trisha's voting for the belly band, then we've got Karen H voting for the Velcro dot.
Okay, so we've got belly band and Velcro dot. Okay. And neither of those are what I was going to do, but I've gone past the point of doing what I wanted to do.
What did you want to do?
Oh, it's going to be too hard to explain. Okay, so we will see you tomorrow night at 6:30. And thank you very much for coming and watching. We really, truly appreciate you spending your time with us in our little family-owned business. Tomorrow morning's weekly roundup will be a store tour and a chat with the family. But please be warned that the Christmas trees may not be decorated. There may be children putting decorations into the suspended ceiling tiles. And, yep. Because we've been moving stuff around at the front of the store and out the back. We've been having some major changes in how we do things. And we've been changing the way we do some things. So hopefully for the better, but yeah. We just need to get things rolling again because it's gotten a bit quiet. So we just need to get ourselves moving. So we'll see you all tomorrow night. Been a fun class, I think Pen was saying. Thank you. Awesome. So thank you very much. Take care. Did I have a time for the roundup in the morning? Oh, I don't know. We walked in the door at 9 o'clock today. So, yeah, it's truly school holidays now. It's definitely school holidays because the Redshaws walked in the shop at 9 o'clock. We'd already been at Coles. We've been shopping at Coles together. So we'll see you all. We'll see you all tomorrow morning. And then tomorrow night at 6:30. So see you all. Thank you very much. Love you all. Take care. Stay safe. And hope you get time tongue-tied. Hope you get some time to create. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.